Hello everyone and welcome to Sewing Saturdays. My name is Gina, and today, since my last video that I did the wine bag, a lot of you had asked me about the coasters that I showed with the glass in. There is several videos out there and several tutorials on this coaster. That's why at the time I didn't think it was necessary me putting a tutorial, but since some of you seem to not find it, or find different ones, and so I decided that I would show you on this video. It would be a quick video just because these are fairly quick, and then I decided to do a couple more than you guys can kind of do. So I did, if you see, that's the one I showed in the video, and then there's an apple one that you can also put the glass in like that. Then a heart one, the same thing, you put your cup in. And then of course there's also lots of tutorials on the hexagon one that works the same thing, that you move your glass in and it stays in there also. So I decided that I would show you guys all of these ones because I wouldn't be sewing it, just I will. And then I decided to do this one. So this is really just a circle, and what I did, I actually attached a zipper, but I used those zippers that's sold by the meat, and I put two different zippers poles here, so this would open in both sides. And then when I put the cup, I just push the little zippers, and I think this would be really cute for like kind of if you're doing a party and you want to give them these as, you know, little gifts afterwards. So the person that gets it can use this as a little chain purse in their bag if they want to afterwards. So I think that's a really, at least I like it. I think it's a cute idea. So I will also show you how to make this one here. All right. So let's get started with the original I showed on my video. So I showed this one on my video. So the way it works, let me just get some materials here. So you're gonna cut 5-inch squares. So you're gonna need one for the back, one for the front. And these are already, I already ironed them down. And then you're gonna need another 4 for the top. This one here, I chose to use all the same fabric, but you don't have to. You can use different fabrics and have different colors on top. So this is even really good for those charm packs that a lot of people sometimes have sitting around. These are a really good project, and when you have them all different colors, everybody can recognize their cup. So the way this works, you can put a piece of fusible fleece if you want them slightly thicker in between here, in between these two layers, but really they have to be wrong sides together. And then what you do, you fold your other triangle. So in this case, I'm going to do 2 of this color and 2 of this color. So you fold these little triangles and you put, so because you have 4 corners, you're going to need 4 triangles. So the way it goes, this one would go here. Okay, so corner to corner. If you want, so I'm gonna put mine right now, and then I'm gonna show you a different way that you can kind of help yourself, so it will be easier to keep them together. And this one would go there. So then I go to my next corner, I put that one there. Then I would go to my next corner, I would put this one there. See, it's already crossing here. And you get your next one. All right. And of course your next corner is here, but if you put it just on top here, as you see, it would be the same color here. So you go here, you lift this one here, and this one goes to the bottom. All right. So what do you do now? You sew all the way around, I would say about 1/4 of an inch. And then all you have to do is flip it to the other side. So I'm going to flip this one that I have here to the wrong side, so you see. You don't really All right, see? I sew all the way around and I just turned it to the other side. Then it's optional. If you want to do a top stitch, okay, I have one that's flipped here. If you want to do a top stitch here, so then if you sew a top stitch, then you're never going to see the raw edge inside, or you can leave it, it's not a big deal. Okay, so another one that you can do out of these squares also, there's a lot of tutorials and a lot of instructions out there also on those, is instead of folding in triangles, is folding in half and doing it this way. So you would do all of them into squares versus triangles. So you would be doing it this way. Right? You would fold that way. So that one would go there. This one would go there. And you would follow exactly the same thing. And this one would go there. And again, you would flip that one and put it in the bottom and then zap that way. So a little square. Alright, so you do the same thing. You sew all the way around. And you flip it to the other side, do a top stitch, and then you would be done. Okay, I find it easier when I'm doing these as triangles is when I'm actually put my first triangle, I go here, I miss the corner a little bit, but sometimes I go here, I already secure this one in place, but leave that part open just from there on, because we know we're gonna have to turn this one up for the other one to fit in the bottom. So I will turn just from here, I secure it in the machine. So I take these to the machine already and I go there, I secure it. Then I get my next one, I put it in my corner here and I can already secure it in place. And I keep securing it, all them in place, so they don't move. Or you can just pin it and, you know, and do it. So because you didn't sew it here, then it still turns and you can still adjust this corner so they will be kind of perfect. All right, so then let's go to the next one that we have here. So I think you got the instructions pretty well on that one. Then we have the hexagons. So the hexagon one that we have. Also, it's exactly the same thing that we did with the square. So you're gonna need 2 hexagons, one top, one bottom. Again, right sides together. Again, will be optional if you want to put fusible fleece in between or not. It's up to you if you want them a little thicker. And then you're gonna do exactly the same thing. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, you're gonna need 6 hexagons, one for each side. So the way you're gonna do, you're gonna fold them in half like that. So this part here is straight, so we'll match one of those sides. And again, you're gonna be doing the same thing here. But the hexagons, because they move a lot on you sometimes if you pile them up and take them to the sewing machine to sew them in the end. What I do is I take this to the machine and I just secure, I leave this part loose and I just secure from here, from this side here to this side. So I sew just a, could be even like a basting stitch, something just to secure in place so it doesn't move. So you have this nice and straight. So you'll have these edges perfect there. But don't start in the corner because we still have to lift this in the end to put the other one on the bottom. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna miss that little corner and you're just gonna secure that part. Then you would do again. So I put one here, right? So now I need to put one here. So I would go here and put one here. And again, I would go, don't need to secure this whole thing. I just secure this end here. So from here to here, I would secure that. The one that's gonna stay under, the one that I'm gonna put on top, okay? So I would sew it here, just from this tip to this tip here. I would get my next one. So I did this one, now I need to do this one. All right, And again, I would be sewing just this part that's I have the layers here. Same thing. Okay, then I've done this one here, so I need to do this part here. So I go here and I put that part there, and again I would go and secure this one here. So I would be securing this part here, that's only the two layers that we have there. Then we've done that one there, so we need to do this one here. So now we go here, we did this one here, right? So, and then in this case we have to lift and put that there. And then of course we're still missing one here, this bottom here that we only has one layer, it needs to have another layer. So we did that one, so now it's this one here that has to go here. Okay, so in this case here has to go under these two. So you go here, you lift those two, and goes right in the bottom. Let's see if I can show you. So in this case I lift the first layer that I start, this one that I put under the first layer, and then this one goes right under there. Okay, then I will secure the whole thing again, sew it around, flip it to the other side like I did here, so my seam is in here, and I'm done. All right, on this one also, if you want, what you can do is you can even do it just two of them if you decide you want to do. You could do something like that, right? You could do a black and white, or a blue and white. Oops, sorry. Can do all white. So it's up to you. You can even just do it this way and have this opening right here. Really keep it simple. All right. So I think that should explain how to get that done. I'll put that one to the side. Now we're going to the heart shape. Okay, so I have my heart shape here, and it's exactly the same thing that we did with the other one. So I have the heart shape, two heart shapes, one top, one bottom, wrong sides facing together, cut two other hearts that I fold in half, and I'm gonna put one on this side and one on this side. All right, then this one here, what are you gonna do? Before you sew this around, you're gonna put these two little hearts together like this, and you're gonna do a little seam really as close as possible. You can even do a couple stitches by hand if you want, but you really need to take to the machine and sew a little seam here, just in the beginning here, just to close this off. Okay, and then that part that you sewed, it's gonna stay to the top. So I sew these little pieces together. I'm just gonna put a pin just to show you. So imagine I went to the machine and I did a small stitch here. Okay, this part here is gonna stay to the top. Okay, like that, because I'm gonna turn this to the other side, so this side will be like that. See, it will be like that when I turn it. So just remember that the little side that you sew has to stay that way. Then you're gonna sew 1/4 inch all the way around. You're gonna turn it to the other side, and it's done. So I show you the one I have here. See, there's my little seam that I did here in the beginning, because if you don't, this corner here, you'll see the rough fabric inside. So that's why, see, I did a tiny little seam. I don't know if you can see it, tiny little seam there, and then when you turn, it's like that. Again, you can do a top stitch around if you want. I will be in the bottom on the description. There's going to be all these shapes that you can print. There's going to be a circle, there's going to be the hexagon and the heart, so that you guys can print it. Okay, so that one is done. Then the apple. Apple is exactly the same thing we did with the heart. So what we have here as the apple. So my glass goes in here like that. I chose these polka dot fabrics because I thought they would be kind of cute. And so you do the same thing. So I have fusible. This one I actually fused already the back. So I would start with 2 of them, wrong sides together. Okay, then you get your half ones. So this one I didn't iron yet, but so you would go put it there. You would get your white one and put it there, or you can do all one color if you decide that's what you want. All right, so now that you have the stem, and the stem you're gonna have to sew here on this side, because when you turn to the other side, this is where you want it. No, actually, sorry, wrong way. You gotta put it on the inside here. Okay, so you're gonna put it inside close to the little curve here when you're gonna put it down, because when you sew this, then that's where you want it. This is gonna come out like that. All right, again the same idea, you know, sew all the way around. And again, as we did with the heart in the bottom here, we're gonna also do the same thing. We're gonna join these together, and we're gonna do at least 1/4 of an inch up. We're gonna join these together so they end up close like this. See, this is where I sewed mine, right there. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. So you're gonna do it that way. So the stem goes down here like that, and then put those, oops, wrong side, like that. Then the leaf, after you're done sewing it, then you put it here. Okay, so you can sew a couple lines here. If you're gonna sew your leaf and flip it inside out, don't cut on the line. What you're gonna do, you remember when I did the wine bottle, I told you you're gonna get your fabric. What you're gonna do, you're gonna trace your leaf on the fabric, and you're gonna sew on the line so it's easier to flip, to turn it inside out. All right, the same thing with the stem. All right, you're gonna draw this in your fabric and sew it around, and then you're gonna try to turn it to the right side. Or you can use those stabilizers that we use for a heavy stabilizer that we use for applique. And then see this one here, I actually didn't sew it around. I just used one of those heavy stabilizers. This one I did, I turned it around. But this one I didn't even do that. And I just ironed the 2 together with the stabilizer, just 2-side stabilizer, a heavy one. And then I just trimmed it around, and that can be fine too. It's not gonna really fray. And you can do that. And you can even do that to the leaf also. Okay, it's up to you how you wanna do it. There's 2 options. Okay, so this one is done. So now we're gonna go to this one here. The same one that we did the first one with the squares, you can do that with a circle. And this is the one that I have here with circles. So you would need 2 circles, wrong sides together. Then you would need 4 circles. And what you would do, you would go here and put them on top of each other. And the same thing, that would go there, and you would lift the one on the bottom and go on top, and you can sew that around. That can also be a circle one, a really nice one. All right, then we'll go back to this one here. So this one, I have these fabrics here, and this is my zipper. What I used here, I actually used a zipper that's sold by the meter, that comes with the little zipper pull separate. Okay, these attachments come separate. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get the 2 again, same thing, 2 of them together like that. All right, and the other 2 you're gonna put one here, one there, right? And then we're gonna be sewing this zipper. So the way I want to do it is I want this to go in here, so I'm gonna go here and sew one on this side like that. So I'll pin this to one side. Let's just don't put it too close to the teeth, because you don't want to get caught when you open your zipper. All right. And you would get the other one and do the same thing, so make sure they match here. And you would pin it also and sew it. Okay, I'm just gonna put pins because I don't think it's necessary that I actually show you to sew it, because you guys can sew this no problem, right? All right, so you're gonna sew those, and then you need to add these in. Okay, so the best way to add these in, you open a little bit here. I'm actually also, let me go get a set of scissors. I seem never to put scissors here on the table. All right, and the best way that to do this, I cut a little bit of these teeth out. See, just a tiny little bit of the teeth out in the beginning of one side. All right, because it will be easier. So then when you put your zipper pull in, you're going to start from one side here, and then because this one is already cut a little bit in, it's just easier to put it in. So I go here. Oh, I didn't pick. Sometimes it takes a little practice. I don't do this a lot either, so I don't get a lot of practice, but just play with it until, see, and it's in. Right? So then you're gonna bring that to the middle. Right? And you do the same to this side. Okay? Alright. The trick is having these all the time evenly, so, and you're gonna do the same thing. You put that in. See, because it's easier that way. And it's in. See? And you bring these to the middle. See? Then you have them both in the middle. So after you've done that, you're gonna do is, you're gonna do your zipper. Of course, you're gonna open this slightly. Okay? And you're gonna be sewing this upside down like that. And then you're gonna turn it to the other side. So after you sew this all the way around 1/4 of an inch, you're gonna trim your zipper here, over here. And then you're gonna flip it to the other side, and it's gonna end up like that. You can add little zipper pulls to it. So you see mine. This one here, I actually did a top stitch, and that's pretty much it. I think you guys should be able to do lots of coasters. So there's lots of ideas here, and I hope you guys make them and send me pictures. I get a lot of people that send me pictures to my page, and I really like that. I like seeing all what you guys make, you know, all the choice of fabrics, the things that you guys do. I also would like to thank all of you for watching the videos, and all of the subscribers and new subscribers that have been subscribed. Also all the ones that have been there and been supporting me for all this time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Saturday for another video, and if you're Canadian, happy Thanksgiving.